We'll call the regular meeting of the Upshur County Commission to order. We'll begin with a moment of silent meditation and prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This time we'll have the reading of the minutes of the May 10, 2012.
County Commission of Upshur County, West Virginia held their regular meeting at the Courthouse Annex on Thursday, May 10, 2012 at 9 a.m. Donnie Tenney called the meeting to order. There were present Donnie Tenney, Commissioner, Creed Fletcher, Commissioner, J.C. Rafferty, Commissioner, William Parker, Administrator, and Jacqueline Vinklocker, Secretary. The meeting began with a moment of silent meditation and prayer, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. All motions passed unanimously unless otherwise stated. After reading of the minutes on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved the regular meeting minutes of May 3rd, 2012 as submitted. Joyce L. Harris Thacker, Upshur County Family Resource Network Director, appeared before the Commission with law enforcement representatives from the City of Buchanan, Upshur County, and West Virginia State Police, and provided a review of the Peace Officers Memorial Day Proclamation, which calls upon Upshur County citizens to observe May 15, 2012 as Peace Officers Memorial Day, and May 13 through 19, 2012 as Police Week, in memory and honor of deceased or disabled law enforcement officers. After discussion on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved and authorized the Commission to sign the proclamation. After discussion on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved the worthless check fund agreement with the Administrative Office of the Courts of the State of West Virginia. After discussion on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved the employment of Jamie Queen as worthless check clerk at the rate of $10 per hour, effective June 4, 2012. Virgil Miller, Upshur County Sheriff, appeared before the Commission to discuss the order of recommendation for removal of Carolyn S. Wilson Collins as executive of the estate of Nelma Barnett Collins, deceased, and appointment of Virgil D. Miller, Sheriff of Upshur County, as personal representative. Sheriff Miller advised that legal proceedings may be pending. Action on the item was postponed until after review with Debbie Thacker-Wilfong, Upshur County Clerk. After discussion on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved Samantha Michelle Cobb as volunteer for the Lewis Upshur Animal Control Facility. After discussion on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved the resignation of Anastasia Bean, Deputy County Clerk, effective May 11, 2012. After discussion on motion by Creed Fletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty, the Commission approved the resignation of Linda Hardesty, Tri-County Child Visitation and Exchange Center Monitor, effective April 19, 2012. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Creed Fletcher, the Commission approved the employment of Amanda M. Bachman as part-time clerk for the James W. Curry Library at the rate of $7.25 per hour, effective May 21, 2012, on an as-needed basis. William Parker provided a review of a request for seasonal employees for the Upshur County Youth Camp. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Creed Fletcher, the Commission approved the following as recommended by the Upshur County Youth Camp Board of Directors. 1. Mary Fisher, kitchen, $7.55 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Leslie Koger, supervisor, kitchen, $7.70 per hour, 5/21/2012. Whitney Sayre, head cook, kitchen, $7.70 per hour, starting May 21st, 2012. Elsie D. Sayre, kitchen, $7.55 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Bonnie Kraus Kitchen, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Brandy Stevens Kitchen, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Jeremy Tenney Kitchen, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Roberta Huffman Kitchen, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Tia Page Kitchen, $7.35 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Lena Luden Kitchen, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Brenda Woodson Housekeeping, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. Stephen McKee Groundskeeping, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. And Christopher Hungerford Groundskeeping, $7.25 per hour, starting 5/29/2012. The Commission reviewed the following for your information items. Number 1, correspondence from Corhart Refractories concerning notice of planned layoff pursuant to Section 7 of the Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act. Number 2, copy of correspondence from Virgil D. Miller, Sheriff, to Debbie Thacker Wilfong, Clerk of the County Commission, concerning the estate of Alice L. Summers, deceased. Building permits, April 2012. Dog Warden Report, April 2012. Upshur County Communication Center reports as listed. Agendas and notice of meetings as listed. Meeting minutes and financial reports as listed. Board meetings as listed. Appointments needed or upcoming as listed. J.C. Rafferty advised that the Upshur County Farmland Preservation Board will meet at 4 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. on May 24, 2012 with guest speaker LaVonda Payton. The Commission discussed a phone call from the Office of the West Virginia Secretary of State concerning a report from a viewer of election night coverage that an election candidate may have been in a prohibited area. The Commission will follow up with Debbie Thacker Wilfong, Upshur County Clerk. The Commission discussed the May 31, 2012 joint meeting with the City of Buchanan. Dorinda Hall, E911 Communications Center dispatcher, did not appear for her scheduled appointment. Rod Hunt appeared before the Commission as an applicant for the position of full-time seasonal recreation park director at 11 a.m. on motion by Creed Pletcher, seconded by J.C. Rafferty. The Commission entered into executive session per West Virginia Code 69A-4 for the purpose of a personnel interview. Present were Donnie Tenney, Creed Pletcher, J.C. Rafferty, William Parker, and Rod Hunt. The Commission returned to open session at 11:25 a.m. No action was taken in the executive session. After discussion on motion by J.C. Rafferty, seconded by Creed Pletcher, the Commission approved the employment of Rod Hunt as full-time seasonal recreation park director. Effective date of employment is May 14, 2012 at $500 per week. The Commission approved all invoices for payment. The Commission approved all vacation orders. The Commission approved the following settlements as listed. The Commission approved the following exonerations or refunds as listed. Brian P. Baudet, Upshur County Circuit Clerk, appeared before the Commission at 11:30 a.m. to review a pending personnel action. The pending personnel issue does not require action by the Commission, but Mr. Baudet advised the Commission that due to joint employer status, he will follow up with appropriate personnel. The Commission recessed at 12:15 p.m. The Commission attended the meeting of the Upshur County Policy Board at 1:30 p.m. The Commission attended the meeting of the Upshur County Departmental Supervisors at 2:30 p.m. The Commission reconvened at 3 p.m. Debbie Thacker Wilfong, Upshur County Clerk, appeared before the Commission to discuss the complaint from the Office of the West Virginia Secretary of State concerning the election candidate that was discussed previously in this meeting. Ms. Wilfong advised that after viewing the news report in question, it did not appear to her that the complaint had any merit. Ms. Wilfong discussed the placement of campaign signs and personnel issues. With no further business, on motion by J.C. Rafferty, second by Creed Pletcher, the Commission meeting adjourned at 3:30 p.m.
Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes as read?
One thing that we need to include that I forgot to give Ms. Dinklocker as the commission accepted and approved the resignation of Dorinda Hall. So we'll make that addition if that would be agreeable.
That's fine.
Okay, with that, we have a motion, we approve the minutes as read.
So moved. I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, we have Micah Hitt Harris, Director for the Lewis Upshur Braxton Community Corrections and Day Report Center, and Rodney Rollison, Home Confinement Supervisor, Community Corrections Program and Funding. If you'd like to step up at the podium, folks. You're not going to come up and support her there, Rodney? Okay, there you go. Right ahead, Micah.
What do you want me to inform you of today?
Well, it was brought to our attention that there's one of the counties that's not been stepping up with their portion of funding.
As of yesterday, we received that.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. And
Yes,
it's,
we received their cash match obligation yesterday. It was deposited yesterday around noon, so.
Okay, well, that was our concern, and this has been going on for some time, I think, hasn't it? It's been, so maybe they got a copy of the agenda. I don't know. But
One of the things I did make you a copy of was the monitoring report that the state did last week or the week before. And everything was satisfactory and in compliance. The only concern they had, and it's not due to Micah, and since she came in, was the timely filing of reports, reimbursement reports and progress reports. So other than that, we can get that corrected fairly easily. It's just a matter of timing. But operations-wise, as far as I know, I think they were overall very well satisfied. So you may hit some of the high points of that and some of the comments they had.
Yeah, he was in last week from the state, and he was very pleased with everything. He's going to be back in 6 months, which it'll be good because that'll give me time to make corrections of what I'm doing wrong or what needs to be adjusted. Whereas this, I stepped in and I'm working on somebody else's work here, so that makes it a little difficult for me. But he was very pleased, and the only thing he said was getting the reports to him by the 20th of the following month, so that's an easy fix.
okay. So just a few corrections in the corrections program.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he said overall, we know where we rank among other programs, we're doing really well with these reports and stuff, so.
That's very
Report
good.
reflects that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're certainly glad that the other county stepped up and with their funding, because that.
Yeah, that was a big concern, and we had a board meeting this Monday, and our
Right.
board was really concerned about that, and we were going to have to make some changes
Right.
as of June 30th if they didn't come up with the money, but
Do they send representatives at your meeting?
there was no normally we have at least one. At this past meeting, there was no representation from Braxton County.
Was the circuit judge in attendance or? Okay. I know he's normally there or involved.
Yeah, he was. I was expecting him to be there, but he was not. So.
Okay, well, that's good that we're current on all our county funding for that program.
Yep. So.
Well, while you're here, you want to give a little report on what all's going on, and maybe for those that don't know exactly what your program involves. I mean,
Yeah.
we have a pretty tight agenda, but I believe we can take a few minutes to allow you to expound on your program and the benefits to the
Yeah,
taxpayers.
that's no problem. And I'll also go over the amount of referrals we're getting from our other counties and stuff. We're just an alternative sentence instead of jail. We offer a lot of services that they can't get while they're in jail. We get referrals from magistrate court, circuit court, probation, parole. Currently, right now, our referrals are decent. We have a lot of referrals coming out of Lewis County, which is good since it's it's new as of last year, somebody being over there full time. Upshur County's holding steady like always with our referrals here. Braxton, we lack a little bit in our referral numbers down there. However, we're hoping to make some changes and have some meetings down there and try to get them on board with getting us some more referrals, because it's only going to help their county. So things are going good. I don't know.
Well, in published reports earlier this week, I read that the Regional Jail Authority, in order to provide a training or substance abuse training education to some of the Department of Corrections inmates who are now housed in regional jail authorities, are contemplating requesting a $4 per day increase in the regional jail bill for each inmate there. The theory being that many of the Department of Corrections inmates who are awaiting placement in a facility are not being able to qualify for early parole or for parole because they have to go through a training period of substance abuse training and some other training. So that Regional Jail Authority does not provide such training or does not have access to such training. So the regional jail is considering making a request to the legislature, if I understand correctly in the article, an increase of $4 per day in order to cover the hiring of personnel to provide the training to the Department of Corrections inmates so that they can qualify for release. I don't know what the legislature is going to do with that request, but it certainly would increase the burden on our county as other counties. I know that just increases the value of your program, that provides us an alternative to sending our corrections individuals to the regional jail, provides an opportunity to remain out of the regional jail, but also to a large degree provides us with an opportunity to save some money to the taxpayers.
Exactly.
But again, I don't know what direction that request will take or what the results will be to the legislature at this time.
Well, I don't know. I know that the new director, the regional jail director, is going to be at our county commission board meeting this coming week, and it's going to be talking about some of the things they're going to be doing, some changes they're going to be making that he said would, worst case scenario, keep the per diem the same and possibly would lower it. So that, in conjunction with what he's saying with what you read, unless was the indication of that they were going to ask the legislature for additional money, or they were going to ask them to allow to raise the per diem on the county.
To cover the increased expense, he estimated in the article indicated the increase would be about $1.5 million a year, and that would be used to hire counselors and people that can provide this training.
But I mean, the question is, did it indicate they were going to ask the state to pony up? Or they were going to
it didn't indicate. I don't believe it indicated. Just it was $4 per day.
Right.
Increase would cover the added expense if it's approved.
Well, we'll know more after this weekend's meeting. But the way the meetings that Vivian Parson, the executive director of the County Commission Association, said that the changes he's looking at making is actually going to keep it the same and maybe lower. So hopefully they're going to ask the state for that additional money.
That's why I think going to the legislature might be the case.
Right. But anyway, I know he said that just changing their accounting system, they're on a cash accounting system, changing that to accrual was actually going to save several $1 million just by changing their accounting method. So it looks like that there's some innovative things that they're looking at doing that hopefully is going to, save the county money on future increases. So
We can only hope that.
that's right.
One of the things, I don't know if it was in the minutes of the correction or maybe a newspaper article, the circuit judge, I think, is over, and Braxton County is also over Gilmer. Is he looking at possibly wanting Gilmer to come in, or?
I had a meeting with Judge Facemeyer 2 weeks ago, and he expressed interest that if the county came up with the money, which they did, that he expressed interest that Gilmer County is possibly interested in picking up a day report center. However, he told me it's a package deal. Wherever Braxton County goes, Gilmer County stays with them because they're in the same circuit.
Right.
So we'll see where that goes.
Okay.
So they're talking about maybe Gilmer coming in with
If-
Lewis, Braxton, Upshur, or maybe possibility of Braxton and Gilmer forming their own. Was that what he was indicating, or?
Whenever I was there, he stated he was unaware of there being the county not coming up with the money.
Right.
And he had told me that I told him that, our board members, if we didn't have the money as of June 30th, I was afraid that they were going to want to close the doors. And he said if that was the case, that they would just pick up with Gilmer County. However, if we keep the program there, that for lack of better terms, he said somebody needs to pick up the ball and get
Right.
rolling with Gilmer County. So we'll see where that goes.
Well, so.
Now that we got our money, so that's one step
Right.
in the positive, so.
Okay, well, it's a good program. And hopefully with all the emphasis from Charleston in wanting to do more for rehabilitation and to help people get acclimated back into society after they do their jail time, that the community corrections, hopefully government will see, okay, we have a mechanism in place. Let's don't go out and form some whole new program. Let's utilize something that's proven that it works. So hopefully, in their infinite wisdom in Charleston, they'll see that. We'll certainly encourage that, that's for sure. Any other questions for Micah? Well, thanks for y'all coming and visiting with us today, and especially bringing good news.
No problem.
Yeah, we'll move on along with our busy agenda. We have employment of recreation park pool personnel for 2012 season, and I'm not going to do like Jackie. I'm not going to list all the names and their pay rates and the beginning date, effective date, but we do have, it takes a number of people between lifeguards, the pool director, assistant director, lifeguards, concessions, admission workers. There's a considerable number of, I didn't count those up. Did you count those, Jason? How many there are?
We have, I think, 26 or 27 lifeguards. 7 of those are new. 10 admission concession workers. All of those are returning. Not sure if we'll be hiring any additional there or not, so we may not be hiring any new admission concession workers. Depends on people's schedules and how that goes.
Well, it's good that we have so many returning.
Right.
That's a plus.
38 hourly employees.
We only had about, I think, 3 from last year that indicated when we sent out the letters earlier this year that they could not return or didn't want to return, whatever the case may be.
Well, that's good. That's good that number's less than 10%. Okay, so do we have a motion that we approve the employment of this list of recreation park pool personnel for the 2012 season?
Second.
All in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Okay. We have our agendas and notices of meetings and minutes, and I think I just ran out of agenda items.
We still have some bills to pay, don't we?
We have bills.
We've got some
to pay.
paperwork. We'll, of course, we have a special meeting tomorrow.
Right.
We sent out a notification about certification of the primary election results. You'll only be able to certify the single county contest or local contest races. The state or multi-county contest, I've set a meeting for Tuesday at 10 o'clock to certify those. So there was one county that didn't declare their results, and we could not certify those before Monday. Because the state or multi-county districts, you have to wait until all the counties involved have declared their results before you can do the statewide races. And Raleigh County was the last one to do that, so.
This counts also for the city election as well on
Yes,
Friday.
we'll be taking care of the city election certification on Friday.
What time is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow is 11 o'clock tomorrow. It's a matter of commission showing up, declaring the results for the appropriate races, or certifying the results for the appropriate races. They've already declared the results. And then signing the election certificates. And then the statewide races for multi-county districts and multi-county districts, Tuesday is at 10 o'clock is when that'll take place. So shouldn't be too much of a fanfare of a meeting, but everybody's welcome.
Doors will be open.
I did receive a letter from the Department of Military Affairs and Public Safety, Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, from our good friend, Mr. Jimmy Gianotto, Director. And it didn't say anything about giving us more routers.
I think we have enough of those.
But it did say that the need for an umbrella intrastate mutual aid agreement, one that does not replace existing local mutual aid agreements, was recognized quite some time ago. Based on this, basically the legislature has enacted a statewide mutual aid system that everyone is included unless they choose not to participate, and then there's a process if they don't want to participate. So it says your emergency service director will also receive an email from this agency accompanied by the handbook and standard operating procedures. So this is something that I don't know if we received anything here at the commission office, Willie, but we can put this in the minutes just to document receiving that. And I'm sure Mr. Ferry will give us the details on what the ramifications and the positive ramifications of that statewide mutual aid agreement is, how that's going to benefit all the good taxpayers of West Virginia. You gentlemen have anything else? Agreed?
Yep. Wish everybody a happy Strawberry Festival.
Right.
Hope people go out and participate in all the activities that are available through the various civic organizations. And, it's going to be good weather this weekend, I understand. The sun is going to be out, so we'll hopefully have a very pleasant, enjoyable celebration.
Right, and we got the king and the queen crowned last night in the coronation ceremonies.
Right.
So we're good to go. We have a king and a queen now.
We heard you did an excellent job last night, your part.
Well, I tried enough.
That's not second that. You did a good job.
Oh, were you there? I didn't see you.
I watched you from above.
Oh, okay, from above. I'm usually watching from above.
And below.
And we had a nice opening ceremony here at the courthouse, and I complimented and thanked the city, even though they're only a fourth of the county, for all the good things they do to help make Upshur County a great county. So
That thing is amazing, consistently amazing to me, is the Sunday after the feature parade and the Mardi Gras and all the activities. When you go to church or you're out on Sunday morning early, the streets are immaculate.
Yep.
That street crew does an exceptional job,
they do.
and the city can be very proud of their efforts on their part.
Right. Yep, every event, right after they clean them up. Friday night, Saturday morning, everything's clean. Sunday morning, everything's clean. So. Okay, well, unless we have someone in the audience who would like to speak to us, we certainly will get started paying our bills.